Hey guys, welcome back to our watch along of Fleabag. We're on season 2, episode 6, the season 2 finale, and as far as we know, the show finale.
Yeah, I looked it up after I realized last time that there weren't any more, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge says no more. It's done. So that's the worst news I've heard in a long time. And there's a pandemic going on. No, I think it's good. I feel like there's too many shows out there that sort of keep going just to make money when they should have been done 3 seasons ago. So I really appreciate that she's willing to just be like, this is where it finished. I feel like that takes a lot of integrity. I don't need any more money. It's good where it is. Well, hopefully it is. We'll see if it ends well. You guys know the drill. It's not just a reaction video. It's a watch along. So we'll press play at the same time you press play, and we'll kind of watch it along together. We'll comment along as we go, and if you guys have any thoughts, as always, let us know. We'd love to have a conversation with you.
Well, in last week's episode, they finally did it.
Yeah.
And for the first time in 2 seasons, Fleabag didn't want us, the viewer, to be around and be in those moments. She's never had a problem with that before. She's always been open and happy, almost like sort of bragging and proud to just kind of like have these asides with us. And
even when she's in the middle of having sex with someone.
Right. And for the first time, she pushes the camera away.
I feel like that really speaks to how much camera movement can tell the story too.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're in this like fourth wall breaking kind of world.
Right.
But just generally too, what it says to her character that the camera moves away is really interesting. I feel like it suggests that she's growing up. I feel like she tends to not fully participate in the world. She tends to kind of like stand a little bit away from...
At a distance.
At a distance from intimacy with other people. And in this moment, she pushes us away. She pushes her own like inner thoughts away.
Yeah.
And like focuses on being intimate with someone else.
Right. I think in last week's episode you said, as not good as it may be for them to be together like this,
yeah,
it's still overall, it seems like it has the potential to be a step for her growth.
Yeah, a healthy thing.
Yeah, for her to be present.
Yeah. I'm just afraid that it's a step backward for the priest.
Yeah, like I said in last week's episode as well, I'm curious what this means for him as well.
Yeah.
If he's on the verge of sort of redirecting his devotions and dedications from the priesthood to her instead. What does that mean? Because is she in the same place? I don't know. And like he said in last week's episode that he's sacrificed a lot to have this life.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems to be a very meaningful, significant way of life for him.
I wouldn't want him to give that up.
Right.
For something that wasn't better.
Certain. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like if it does end up being better, then great.
Yeah.
But if it isn't, that would be so sad for him.
Right. And I assume in this episode we're gonna see the wedding, which is set up in episode 1 of the season, right?
Yeah.
He said that he's gonna come back and do it after all.
I'm so excited for this.
So what does this look like? What does it look like to have slept with Fleabag and come and do this wedding, and where does that leave us? And man, we've had all kinds of stuff with Claire and Martin as well. Like Martin's been extra obnoxious this season.
Seems like Claire's having a little thing with other Claire.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would be good for her to not be with Martin.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a great person.
Yeah, man, how much can we tie up and do in a half-hour episode?
I don't know, but Phoebe Waller-Bridge really packs it in. So
yeah.
Right now, this is not only my favorite show that I'm watching currently, but it may be, I don't know, top 5 that I've seen. So I'm very hopeful that it ends well. Shall we jump in?
Well, if you guys are all queued up for season 2, episode 6,
click play now.
Prime Original. Amazon Studios presents. In
Association with the BBC.
Ooh, the morning after, I assume.
Those birds singing.
His neck.
Oh, yeah.
The wedding.
Coming.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Please.
Is it gonna be the statue?
What a terrible thing to say.
Go. Yes.
So uncomfortable.
Oh no, I want her back now.
That look.
Yeah. The fox thing.
Ooh, ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
not a good time or place, you guys.
Oh my gosh. Go somewhere else. Eh. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Ooh. Whoa.
Get married, get divorced, you know, it all comes together. There's a priest involved in all those things, right? He was there, so it's official,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
Ugh.
Oh man. Ooh.
The painting. uh, We're gonna get another nice bedroom, both sitting on the bed scene again, like the funeral.
Or in the attic. That's cool too. Oh, what a dad thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Good line.
Wow. Wow. Them just like coming closer together.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh. It's a good symbolic.
I bet he is. Oh, no. I love this little song that keeps playing throughout this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as the
choir piece, right? Yeah. Walking away into the shadows.
Mm. It's
Is that a fox? Oh my gosh. Nice.
Huh.
And the camera stays there. Credits.
Wow.
Well, goodbye, Fleabag. Goodbye to you too.
That's some of the best television I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, she delivered, man. She did it. But
I wasn't
we got a lot.
sure.
We got a lot in there.
Was that a half an hour?
That was 27 minutes. It looks like.
Wow.
We got a lot in there, but it didn't feel rushed either.
No.
It didn't feel out of sync, out of pace with the rest of the show.
Wow, that was good.
And we saw what you talked about. You know, we saw her sort of moving on from needing us,
Yeah.
right? That was cool to have that moment again of like you know, you mentioned at the beginning of how camera tells the story. You know, she gets up, the camera's moving with her, she stops, shakes her head no,
Yeah.
she moves on, the camera stays. This is how how cinematography contributes in the storytelling is beautiful.
Man, we just watch her. You can't do a season 3.
Right.
Because the moment you do a season 3, I mean, you can't let go of her little snarky looks. That would totally undo. That's so much intrinsically a part of the show.
Right.
But, like, I feel like she's very clearly saying, like, I've moved on from this. And if you come back, then you undo what you've done.
Absolutely.
I love the fox follows him.
Yeah. That was so good. That was great. It was this nice, like, the fox goes this way and she goes that way.
Yeah, imagery of their paths.
Yeah.
Just crossing for a moment in the darkness and moving forward.
Right.
I don't know if I'm reading too much into it. I feel like a little bit of a sense of, like, maybe the fox representing, like, God or the church. Like this thing that just is following him. And he can't get away from it. Like, he wants to.
Sure.
On some level.
Sure.
Like, he wants to, like, be with Fleabag and whatever. And we see that temptation, him giving into it. But at the end of the day, that's not what's supposed to happen. The fox is still following him. Okay, season-wide.
Yeah.
Both seasons, there's some incredible acting and incredible storytelling and monologues, but throughout the whole thing, my favorite monologue is the bit where he talks about the fox following him.
It's done really well. And again, it's something, you look at those lines on the page, and I think that it would be very easy to mess that up. It'd be very easy to deliver that in a way that just falls flat, that doesn't make sense, that doesn't fit the scene or the tone of what's happening in the moment. But Andrew Scott, right? Or a good actor. That's what a good, disciplined, well-trained actor
Really brought it.
brings to the table.
I love that she left with the bust that's based on her mom.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
I think in this episode we have this establishment of, like, oh, it was based on your mother that we didn't know before.
Mm-hmm.
And Fleabag has a conversation with her father where he says, I didn't make you this way. Your mom made you this way. Hold on to the best bits of her.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that symbolicness of she takes the bust and literally holds on to, like, the best of her mother.
Yeah. And it's nice too, right? Opposed to it being taken in sort of spite or vengeance or something like that.
Right.
It's taken out of a better place.
Yeah.
A more pure, more sincere place.
Yeah, totally. It's beautiful. I love that little piece goes through the whole 2 seasons.
Goodness.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's...
we start with her stealing it and we end with her stealing it.
Yes.
Very nice.
Nice bookends, yeah. And again, just starting with this thing that's, like, seemingly insignificant and just this sort of kitschy, almost like childish mischievousness, right? That ends with very significant poignancy.
Yeah.
Poignancy of, like, oh, this kind of I have some belonging here of some sort, at least.
Yeah, it seems to be a claiming of, like, her mother's legacy.
Sure.
We don't even really know what her mother's legacy is, but I feel like the best bits of Fleabag, the, like, I'm not just gonna go along. I'm gonna say what needs to be said. Like, I will be the one that, like, is strong during those crazy times.
Yeah.
Even though during the rest of the time I'm not put together.
Right.
I will be the one to tell Claire, go, just go.
Yeah.
I will be the one to, like, find my father and get him out of the mousetrap. Like, good, healthy, wonderful bits of Fleabag. I will be the one that says the thing that's uncomfortable.
It was cool to see the priest's journey. Again, just kind of, we talked about it in a previous episode, that one of the things that we really like about him is his sort of integrity of character, right? And I think we got to see that follow through here in these closing moments.
Yeah.
We got to see, despite him saying, like, hey, like, I see myself falling in love with you and losing this life that I've sacrificed so much to have. But again, it's cool to see, despite a sort of a moment of a lapse in strength or judgment or whatever the case may be, that sort of integrity of character, that strength of character still comes back out at the end, where he goes, no, this is the life that I want and that I'm devoted to.
Which I think when he's talking about love in his little homily, I feel like in the moment I thought he was talking about Fleabag. About love is, like, destructive and difficult, and jumping into it makes your life difficult.
Yeah.
But I think he's talking about God. In hindsight,
Sure.
knowing that he chooses that.
I know. I felt like I should sign of the cross after that lovely little homily.
Yeah, like yeah, it's destructive and difficult, but you there's a goodness in it that's like, and we do it together. I liked that bit. Love is very difficult, and that's why we do it with other people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's great. It's really, really beautiful. Well, I'm gonna be a fan of Phoebe Waller-Bridge until the day I die, I think.
Your love for her has already caused you pain now, right? And
Oh my
that's in riding the waves of 2 seasons and it being the end of the show and the what will I do with all this love I have to give?
I'm gonna start the show over. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you so much for watching with us, guys. I mean, like he says, like it's something to be shared. Is that what you're gonna say?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Love is something to be shared. We all love Phoebe Waller-Bridge and we love Fleabag and we get to share it together and the pain and destruction of what happens.
Destruction. Did he say destruction?
I don't know. I feel like it was that vibe though. I feel a little destructed, but in a good way.
How so? Pull that out. Yeah, I did want to talk about that a little bit, right? Because I think love in its true, correct sense is a virtue, is a good thing. But there was some strong language there, so I wanted to parse that out.
I think there's two ways love destructs you. I think in an imperfect world where things do suck and people aren't great, then an imperfect love can like tear you down and destroy you. I think that's a real thing that happens. But I think
would you say like Martin and Claire?
Yeah, a destructive love. Like on some level I think they do love each other, but it's not healthy or good.
Yeah.
And Fleabag and the priest I think both do love each other.
Yeah.
But it's not healthy for them in that moment.
Sure.
You know, in that lifetime. But then on the other hand, like when you do find like a really good, true love, like I think it destroys you in the sense that it tears down the bad parts of you. You know? Like when you really love something truly and unselfishly, it will force you to look at yourself and like to be torn apart in order to be built back into something better.
Yeah.
Which I think you see with Fleabag, right? Like she's with the priest and that tears her apart.
Yeah.
And helps put her back together in like this healthier, better form.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. That's my interpretation of his homily.
That's beautiful. Amen. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I think we see that in the priest as well, right? His love and his dedication and devotion to God. It causes him to have difficulty and struggle and tears him apart.
Right.
But it makes him who he is.
I don't know where Fleabag is going to go from here, but somewhere good, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Claire, too.
Yeah.
And it seems like, I like this story because it seems like a story of sisters, like sisterhood. They're constantly at odds, but they show up for each other. She takes her to the airport when she has a miscarriage, or not the airport, to the hospital when she has a miscarriage. And Claire says, the only person I would run through an airport for is you.
That's lovely.
And you have that, at the end of the day, like, Fleabag helps Claire up from her knees.
That was a lovely shot. Just that beautiful, her on the floor, Fleabag's hand reaching down. Ugh, just a beautiful painting.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I think I could go on and on about this show.
Thank you for watching along with us, guys.
We are watching 2 other shows, but honestly, who cares about them?
We just finished the season 1 finale of BoJack as well, so check that out.
In a couple days.
We're about halfway through season 2 of Killing Eve.
Let us know what you'd like us to watch next. Fleabag's done. There's no more to watch. So, yeah, we're open. Comment below anything you'd like us to review or look at or... Yeah.
So, until next time.